I have to say it's interesting looking at Turkey. I used to look at it far more than I do now, but the fact that when I was doing investment banking, but if you look at the policy, it's become very hard-headed. And frankly, trying to make something logical out of the irrational has become difficult. And I think that you're marrying monetary policy and the management of the foreign exchange reserves, which is not, I have to say, efficient, if I'm being polite, in its regional political role and military role and engagement with other states and in other states. And frankly, the market doesn't like uncertainty, doesn't like aggression, doesn't like its move in terms of the maritime behavior, in terms of looking for oil and gas and disputed waters. All of that married to its economic policy and now the Saudi sanctions add to continued pressure not only on the lira, but on the foreign exchange reserves, which also continue to fall, and therefore will exacerbate and compound the fall in the lira. We're down now from about 5 early in the year to nearly 8, and you're right, heading to 8.5 and perhaps even 9, because the market has begun to sit back and think, we don't like the policy, we therefore will sell. And that's the problem. And frankly, the hard-headedness is not going to help. And the IMF will find it difficult to find a true engagement. If you look at the IMF now, it's taking, I think, a far more pragmatic approach with its interlocutors in countries around the world, getting them and expecting them to do more, because these issues are being driven internally. It isn't just to do with COVID or other issues. It's internal behavior by the central bank and Ministry of Finance and the president.
No doubt about it. I mean, in terms of those political aspirations, countries like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, look at this, see the Turkish middle class getting squeezed, see President Erdogan, frankly, and his finances getting squeezed and think, hey, it's not so bad for us. Do you think that they could potentially see a Qatari bailout of some kind in the near future?
No.
Because that's their only friend out here.
Yeah, you're right. Qatar, though, I think has better, uses of its capital to be able to intervene. It may on a marginal basis, possibly, but not, I don't think, to the degree that Turkey would help. It'd be too much even for Qatar to intervene to help to make a sufficient improvement to increase improve the sentiment in the market and push up the lira. I don't think Qatar will be able to help to, as I said, to the degree that's required.
Angus, what is Erdogan's end goal in the Eastern Med, and do you think it's time that the international community intervene here, perhaps with sanctions?
The international community, Dan, have been intervening to different degrees, France particularly, but obviously Greece. Now, it's interesting, I just mentioned the fact that trying to make something rational, a rational view of an irrational behavior, very aggressive territoriality here we're talking about in terms of the Eastern Med and access to waters, which are disputed both by Cyprus, by Greece, and by other parties, perhaps Syria, Lebanon even, and Israel in time. But the main aggressive behavior at the moment is disagreement is with Greece. And I'm concerned. I'm concerned at the fact that one small incident could conflate and become much more important, bring in other armaments, for example, if two jets crash into each other, which they've come close to at times in monitoring the waters. I'm concerned, Dan, about that. I'm concerned about the fact that Turkey's calling for discussions, but frankly, other parties have tried to do that. And there's another message here, which is that there must be an internal message for Turkey in saying that we have all of these aggressive partners around us. We're standing up for Turkey, almost a nationalistic theme, which of course can also lead to other problems. So I'm concerned that where this could lead, one small accident, as I've said, could lead to something far greater.